Hi everyone, and welcome to today's session. We are still on Unit 2 Digital Toolkit, and today we're going to be looking at Assessment Criteria Area 3.3, describe how digital hardware can be effectively coordinated. So as part of today's session, we'll be looking at mobile and handheld devices and fixed appliances. So digital hardware, I'm going to skip through most of this because I'm sure you're all very aware of most of these fixed hardwares. First of all, we've got the telephone. So telephone's telecommunications device permits two or more users to conduct a conversation when they are too far apart to be directly heard, as you are all very aware. And the second piece of digital hardware we have is radio, and the use of radio waves is performed to carry information such as sound. So we've got telephones and radios are part of your digital hardware. So whenever we're putting these normal devices into a digital concept, what you're really looking at is things like how do we have conversations with customers across digital media. So for example, across Skype or instant conversations. We also have then digital radio. How do we connect with digital radio using advertising as well? So then we've got digital TV. So digital TV is a transmission of audio and video by digitally processed a multiplex signal. So whenever we're looking at the context of digital hardware, we're thinking about digital TV, then we're looking at how do we get our advertising on to digital TV channels. What this means for marketeers is that we've got better targeting for advertising and direct response messages, immediate opportunities to sell via shopping channels or travel themed channels. It's a new way to collect data and another method of developing an ongoing relationship with the customer. In terms of digital hardware, we also have kiosks. So electronic kiosks are terminals that can be accessed by the public for information and services. They're generally found outside of the home, so probably in a physical location of a store or an information point. They provide customers with information, ideas, suggestions, printouts, products and services. So just to run through some examples of kiosks, we've got kiosks that sell tickets. So for example, theatre tickets, or in a cinema where you can transact and get your ticket printed out. Kiosks that can help and serve your customers. So if you're looking for something in a shopping centre, for example. Kiosks that develop a dialogue with the customer. So these could be ones that are there specifically for answering FAQs, sending emails, or for example to complete questionnaires. Kiosks that can save you money. So coupon dispensing kiosks in supermarkets or vouchers. I know that Boots, I'm not sure if they still have it, but they used to have the club card kiosk that you could print off any vouchers or offers that are available in the store that day. And kiosks that can save customers time. So for example, airport kiosks where you can check in, get your boarding card, or at a railway station where you can self-serve. So whenever we're looking at digital hardware, we also have, I suppose, the evolution of the computer. So we're starting off with the desktop computer, so proper old school and everything that most of us work on most days. A personal computer with a screen, a hardboard, keyboard, mouse, and then obviously that evolved into a more portable version of your desktop computer, which is a laptop. So in terms of digital marketing, what we really need to consider when we're thinking about desktop and laptop computers is how is our user receiving our information. So particularly with websites, what does our website look like on a desktop computer on different screen resolutions? How does it look on a laptop? And then that evolves down to, well, how does it look on other types of screens and devices? And this is becoming more and more important, as you can see from this graph, where the number of users from desktop and mobile, the growth since 2007, and you can see there that actually sort of mid 2014 that the use of mobiles actually overtaken the use of desktop computers. So again, it is very, very important to consider how your user is interacting with your brand online, because it's more than likely now going to be from mobile. So in January 2016, the share of the web traffic by device is broken down into 56% laptops and desktops, 39% on the mobile phones, 5% on tablets, and 0.1% on other devices such as gaming devices. So year on year, you can see there that desktop usage is decreasing, mobile is increasing, and that is very important to consider for your digital marketing. So mobile devices. Obviously, a mobile device is a handheld electronic device that enables you to carry out some kind of computing. It's small enough to easily carried around, and most people have them. They're commonly used are cell phones, PDAs, I haven't heard that in a while, and multimedia players like the iPods. Their uses are not only varied, but they're also growing day by day. So you can see here that Apple devices account for more than 53% of the UK mobile and tablet market. So Apple is really leading the way in terms of penetration of this market. You can see they're closely followed by Samsung, and then the other particular types of devices. And that was top 10 mobile and tablet devices vendors in the UK last year. UK smartphone ownership demographics. So you can see there that 62% of people have got a smartphone, 62% male, 63% female, and the age demographic there is also very varied. So you can see quite a lot of 16 to 24-year-olds have a smartphone, and in terms of social class, you're looking at pretty much all social classes. So it's widely available, and most people will have one. So what does this mean for you for mobile marketing? So mobile marketing is just a form of digital marketing that enables organisations to communicate and engage with the audience in an interactive and relevant manner through any mobile device or wireless network. So why is this important? It's becoming more and more important because of convenience. Having a smartphone, it's always on. People are always on their mobiles. That means that they're always available to receive a message from you. And it's the medium of choice. So depending on your target audience, it could be their main form of communication with any type of a brand is via their smartphone. So who are the big players in the mobile technology industry? As we've seen there earlier, Apple are very much still one of the leading technology providers. And you've also got lots of different areas of mobile marketing to take into consideration. You've got the operating systems, the devices, the manufacturers, and the different features that are available on mobile devices. And looking back to desktop, laptop, you need to really consider what the operating system is on some of these devices. And Google Analytics provides a really helpful insight into how people are accessing your website, because it could be something very, very simple. There could be an error on your website that is disabling it from showing on an Android device, for example. And you might be able to identify that through something like your analytics, where you can see all of a sudden there's a very high bounce rate from an Android phone. So mobile communications. As long as you respect opt-ins and privacy legislation, marketeers can use mobile phones in a number of ways to build relationships with customers or prospects. You've got SMS, inbound and outbound, MMS, which is your photo messaging, mobile coupons and vouchers, ringtones promotional, gaming, mobile music downloads, order tracking, location-based services, mobile search, podcasting, RSS and blogs, and Bluetooth applications. So there's a number of ways that marketeers can use mobiles to market and communicate with their customer base. And this needs to be all part of your mobile marketing strategy. Your strategy should focus on working out how to use mobile to deliver the solution to your customer at the right moment that they need it. Only ever use this medium to contact your customer if you know for certain that the message will be of value to them, because mobile marketing can be quite intrusive to customers, and make sure that you have their explicit permission to contact them via mobile marketing. So tablets. A tablet computer is obviously, again, just a slightly bigger version of a mobile phone, but probably smaller than a laptop. And it's usually equipped with sensors. So it's a touchscreen display, and will often include a camera, a microphone, and will allow the user to access a keyboard and a mouse all in one place. 46% of UK consumers own a tablet, and 72% of UK tablet owners typically use this device for email. So there's a huge opportunity for marketeers to access or to market to people who are on tablet devices. UK tablet ownership demographics, so you can see 46% of people have a tablet. Again, you can see the sex demographics, age demographics, and the social class as well. The growth of smartphone and tablet penetration. This is a forecast graph from 2009 to 2019, and you can see that the ownership of tablets and smartphone devices is only going to grow over the next 5 years. So phablets. A phablet is a term used to classify a smartphone which has got a slightly bigger screen, and it's basically it's a formation of the word phone and tablet. Phablets typically range in display from 5.1 to 6.9 inches, and they are very common in things like the Samsung Galaxy Notebook, iPhone 6 Plus. So really, what is happening is we've gone from having smartphones and tablets to having a merge of the two. So I myself have an iPhone 6 and a 6 Plus, and I love it because it means I have a big enough screen to watch videos, a big enough screen to do emails, social media, without having to carry around a big tablet and a phone, because it has both that functionality combined. So global phablet and overall app growth rates as of 2015, you can see there how that is increasing on phablet devices, and that's from January this year. So what does this mean for you as a digital marketeer? We just need to understand how people are connected. Users now spend their time spread between 4 different devices. They're spending time on their smartphones, they're spending time on their tablets, they're on laptops, maybe perhaps on work, or on desktops and work, and they're watching TV as well. So how do we infiltrate to our customers through all these different screens? Smartphones keep us connected. 38% of daily media consumption occurs on a smartphone. So people will always have the smartphone in their hand. They'll always be looking at emails, always looking at social media, checking text messages. So it is really important for marketers to understand how people are communicating. So computers keep us productive and informed. If you're in a B2B environment, it is quite likely that most of your target audience will be accessing your information from a laptop or a desktop device. If they're in a B2B environment, it's probably more common for B2C that they will be accessing it from a phone. But don't forget, your business audience is also very, very busy and will be traveling a lot. So we'll be switching between phone, desktop and laptop. So again, multi-screen. People are looking at perhaps their laptop and their phone at the same time. They're looking at a smartphone and a tablet at the same time. So you need to think about the different screens and how your marketing looks on those different devices. So wearable technologies, obviously wearables, you can see here the timeline from 1975 2014, and the growth of wearables. So starting out with just a digital watch, you're moving into Bluetooth devices, you're moving then into phones, and phones got smaller, then they got bigger. You've now got wearable technology such as the iWatch, you've things like the Nike Fuel Band, and that's making a big difference to how people communicate now online as well. So we've got a little video here on wearable technologies.
I don't think anything in consumer tech right now deserves the label next big thing as much as smart wearables, especially in the fitness category.
The Flex consists of a flexible rubbery band and a tiny tracker module which sits inside. This gadget goes well beyond your average pedometer. To measure sleep, you tuck the one into a special cloth arm strap you wear in bed.
Jawbone Up features a bendable design crammed with sensors that track everything from what you eat to when you sleep. It even logs mood swings.
Force boasts a real alphanumeric OLED screen. Another smartwatch-like ability is phone notifications.
It runs Android. It can count steps and measure your stride, track your speed and how far you ran, And it also has Bluetooth, so you can play music through a wireless headset.
The current design darling of activity monitors is the Shine from Misfit Wearables that's worn on your wrist, pocket, or as a necklace.
Now, at this stage, there's a lot of gerrymandering going on as we all try and figure out what constitutes the smart wearable category. Fitness wearables, smartwatches, and augmented reality glasses all have a lot of distinctions, but also a lot of overlap. Part of that is why you'll find some wild differences in the estimates of the market size, from as much as $4.6 billion this year to as little as $1.5 billion next year. Now, we at CNET think that fitness wearables really broke out around January 2013 at the Consumer Electronics Show. Prior to that, this sort of tech was mostly found on either a triathlete's wrist or in the pages of one of those dumb airline shopping magazines. Suddenly, though, the product started to speak to the needs of real people. They're all using the currency of the 3 S's: stairs, steps, and sleep. No longer do you have to be into like body mass index measurement, a CrossFit profile, or a gym membership. Instead, this is all real relatable to all of us. The smartphone has become a sort of key. It unlocks a lot of the richness of what the device is learning about you, displaying it, or also via web services that lets you not only really get deep into what's happening, but also gamify your performance against people you know or the broader user population wearing that kind of device. Now, as personal as fitness wearables are, there are at least 2 major parties that would love to look over your shoulder as you use one. First of all, a lot of corporations are now nibbling away at the idea of incenting you to wear one of these in exchange for perhaps better health insurance rates or other benefits. They want to encourage you to be healthy, but they might also then be able to find out if you're not. It'll be an interesting development in the future. Secondly, advertisers and marketers would love to have a look at this data, and I have little doubt they will in some form. Let's face it, millions and millions of dollars are wasted marketing weight loss programs to thin people and sports drinks to lazy people. This kind of data coming off fitness devices in real time could really help to make a lot of that more efficient. Bottom line, if 2013 set the table for fitness wearables as we believe, I agree with Juniper Research that 2014 will be the breakout year for them. But as that happens, watch for some interesting cannibalization because smartwatches are coming along in parallel. Most of us, I don't think, are going to want to wear one of each, but we do want the features from each. Who ends up owning that real estate on your wrist? That'll be an interesting question to watch as we go in search of the next big thing.
Okay, Glass, record a video.
This is it. We're on in 2 minutes.
Okay, Glass, hang out with the Flying Club.
Google photos of tiger heads. You ready? You ready?
Right there. Okay, Glass, take a picture.
That is awesome.
Okay, Glass, record a video.
After this bridge, first exit.
Cool. Stay delicious and Thai.
Arroy.
Alroy.
Google jellyfish.